Hey guys, Wins here. This video guys gonna be about the Crystal King and Delvely, and this boss is really rare and he's pretty difficult because he's new and his mechanics can be unforgiving, especially when it comes to challenges. So I hope this guy makes a challenge completion a lot easier for you guys. So I did all 5 of them and I did some challenge service, and I can tell you that it is complicated. I would even say like it could be harder than Uber Elder in some degree, but Uber Elder was difficult when it was released, so it's all about learning mechanics. Now, before I get into it, all spawns only at I think like 270 plus depth, so he could be very difficult to be found. I have personally never found him yet, and I am at like 430 something, and he only spawns in primeval runes, like these areas apparently. So similar to how like the Lich spawns in the Abyssal Cities, all spawns in primeval runes, and they only spawn at like 250 plus or something. So the further you go, deeper you go, the more often you will find bosses. And the further you go, the harder the biome mons. Like this one right here has more life and crit multi and crit chance, cannot be stunned. But they get harder and harder. So like the all that you fight might be harder than the previous ones because of the mons, depending on your build. Okay, so before I get into the fight, I just want to know that show you some mechanics on paint. I'm gonna pull up paint right now. Alright, so this is all in the middle. Yes, I know he's very close to the game, how he looks. And these are the cocoons, right? So when he goes in the platform phase, which he does every once in a while, he goes up and then he launches a shield charging icicle clone at you where you were standing. So you get to choose where the clone goes. So one challenge is where you have to kill all the crystals. The other challenge is where you have to not destroy any crystals. So let's say you don't want to destroy any crystals. You stand right here, and then he's gonna launch a clone at you right here, and it's gonna explode here. And the clone's gonna be safe. Then when he does that, you swap over and you stand here. Then he will launch another clone here, a clone here, and here, and here, and maybe here. I think he shoots like 5 or 6 times. I think it's 6 times. And then after that, he'll go to his next phase and stuff like that. So like so I would suggest to do this first if you're first tackling him, and if he hits a clone or a cocoon, then you're like, oops, I guess I can't do the challenge anymore. Then you wait for him to do it again, and then you start destroying all the cocoons, and then kill him. So that is, you salvage the run. Or you could just log out and then redo it again, because you have unlimited attempts on him until you kill him, right? Well, given the sulfite cost. So if you wanna, destroy the cocoons, instead you will like obviously stand right here. Then he'll destroy the cocoons, right? Simple as that. Now, there's a mechanic that only works our phase when you destroy his cocoon. When you destroy, I think 4 or more, he does his icicle laser beam phase, where it's kind of annoying and kind of difficult for some builds, or most builds, I should say. Is that like he starts funneling, like he gets like icicles from all the cocoons that you destroy towards him, and these do damage to you. And then he shoots like a laser, like an icicle beam, and then you do run around in a circle, dodging it. Alright, so I'm gonna try to show that to you on here if I can. Let's show what this one is. Just double check what this one is. Okay, this one is actually me dodging. This is gonna be showing you case how to dodge. I'm not good in this one because it's my first time dodging. So I get hit by the clones, but later on I got better at it, so I moved before I get hit by the clones. So you see me standing between the clones here, so that I could dodge the clone. Yep, if I get hit by it, I get hit by it. You don't have to get hit by it, you can move a bit earlier, but my timing was wrong here. So he's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clones per platform phase. Okay, and then I'm gonna skip through here, and I'm gonna explain the darkness phase. In the darkness phase, there's two challenges associated with it. One is use flare. Sorry, don't use flare. So you cannot use flare. The other one is don't destroy any light crystals, whatever they're called. Crystal lights. Don't detonate any crystal lights. So I think I'm using a no flare in this one. Yeah, this is a no flare one. So what I do here is that the crystal lights, you have to detonate them. You leave a ground, as you can see here, of light, where you have to stand. So I stand right here, no more darkness, easy. The ants, sometimes will overcome. And you can see right here is another crystal light. So it's getting kind of hectic here. And some monsters, when they die, they have the on death effect, so you don't want to be standing on one location always. So then I go down to the second one there, so I could then have room to go left and right, depending on what I need. So this guy's doing some like flare attacks, or like supersonic, or EMP. There's one right here on the bottom. So their aggro range is actually not very large. They're kind of like blind. You have to be pretty near them to aggro them, which makes the other challenge a lot easier, where you use a flare and you don't want to get hit by any of them or detonate any crystal lights. So right here, I just killed him. And this one has, without destroying any cocoons, we just did that, and without using any protective flare. So we just showed that. Alright, this one here is, let's see what face this one is. So I'm just running around, but he has low HP. I'm just running around to wait for the platform phase. Okay, platform phase. So I'm gonna go and destroy the remaining cocoons. Like, oh wait, no, this one I messed up actually. This is the one where I'm demonstrating that the shield charge has ice walls, and the ice walls they block your path. So I'm trapped between the two. You could flame dash over, or you could use a quartz flask for phasing. But if you use phase run, you actually drop aggro, and he shoots the clones at randomly. So it could screw your challenge up really easily. So this is me just showing case I'm me dying here. Alright, I think this is the other one. Okay, so this is the one where I want to show you is that if you kill like four cocoons or more, he does this. You see how the broken cocoons are funneling icicles towards him, and then once he gets there, he's gonna unleash an icicle from his sword, and it's like a machine gun. And if you get hit, you could get stun locked and you die. That was one of the issues I had with this build, with this fight before. So you see how they're shooting like laser beams, right? So you have no time to cast, you don't have time to flame dash, you have nothing, you have no chance. So I'm just getting hit and getting hit. Luckily I had enough ES to survive through that. So I find that really difficult, so be careful of that. Here's another example of the first challenge without letting cocoon fully what's the word? Fully open. So when you stand next to a cocoon that's not destroyed, it expands after like a second or two. It will then launch like a volatile crystal at you, and then it will seek you and if you hit it, it will then explode like a volatile does. And you want to make sure you don't stand. So basically, to do that challenge, don't stand near a cocoon at all. So I'll show you right here. This is an active cocoon. I go next to it, you see it growing, and you see how it almost grew big. Yeah, it's pretty fast. So you do not want to stand next to one at all for a challenge. Okay, so in this phase, I'm just trickling him down. Alright, and then the other mechanic here. Okay, so here he swings around and makes like icicles, and then it expands outwards towards him. They do hurt depending on the mod. If you have crit mod or actual damage mod, this might actually one-shot you. Happened to me before. They actually hurt a lot. So the counterplay here obviously is to like go behind him, because it's like a 180 degrees arc. Yeah, it's like a 180 degrees arc, and he shoots them out, right? So they do hurt. Okay, so I destroyed the final crystal. everything is destroyed. Yeah, I got body block. I got Walling Blade through one though, and then I'm gonna just finish him off and get the challenge without without any fully open and without and after destroying all the cocoons. Okay, last one, right? I think we went through 1, 2, 3, 4 challenges. This is the last challenge now. This challenge is you use a flare and you don't want to detonate any crystal lights. So I use a flare. I wasn't really sure how crystal lights look, so this is my first time doing all the challenges, so you know it's realistic. It's not something that's who's experienced and just know how to do it efficiently. So like I'm like, oh shit, there's a crystal light there. Oh no, where do I go? And I'm just like running around, dropping flares like a maniac, right? And then later on, I realized I'm like, wait, if you're like really far away, like here, like you know, far away from a cocoon, they don't really aggro you, you know. They're like over here, and as long as you don't leave this area, it's really hard for them to, you know, aggro you. So I think the best, best chance is to stand at a corner and just throw a flare and just DPS the ads. Now, here's one thing to note is that the crystals here, if you destroy them, they actually shoot like icicles at you if you're nearby. So you want to stand next to cocoons that are not destroyed in this case. So during the normal phase, standing next to a cocoon that's not destroyed will launch a crystal volatile at you. At darkness phase, the crystal that's not destroyed are inactive. So I'm just standing here with flare, as you can see, no problem. And now, you know, phase is over. Now the crystals are now activating, right? I'm like, okay. And then here's the crystal that's fully opened. See that right here? That's the icicle volatile that I told you about. Gonna hit, I touched it, and it explodes, right? And I killed him. And then without detonating any crystal lights. So those are all the 5. I think that's all the 5 challenges I mentioned. I mentioned his mechanics. There are some mechanics he do. The 180 crystal arc, the icicle phase if you destroy 4 or more cocoons. There are some more other mechanics that are just like, you know, that he just does normally. Let me see if I can show you some. Bear with me. I did a lot of attempts. I don't know what's happening. I think I died in some of them. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about his normal abilities now, best I can. But that's his 180 arc. This is me just running through the shield charge. That's his 180 arc. Okay, and then this one, it's like a rippling effect. Yeah, it's like rippling, and then after they end, they emerge as like ice, like a big iceberg. Like you see, like boom, boom, boom. I'm not sure how much damage they do. It never really bothered me too much. And then another one is like a ground slam, where like an earthquake, where you can see like ice patch, and then it all explodes. That one does a lot of damage. That is avoidable, you know, very easily avoidable. I think that's it. Right there, there it is. So like when you see this here, when you see this phase where you see all this like bunch of ice circles, this whole area is gonna erupt, and he does massive damage. Luckily, I killed him before that. Okay, I think that's it, dudes. Alright, yeah, that's it. Concluding thought is that all is super rare. So like I have never found him yet. I found a lich, you know, a few times, and the architects, but I have never found a lich at all. I mean, like I'm like 400 something, so maybe he might be here, the Primeval Rune. So he's really hard. And then lastly, the way I did the challenge, I don't know if it's intended or not. Probably it's not, but if you get somebody else's all spawn and they bring you to the all and they leave, they log out, you could fight all, do the challenges. Obviously, it doesn't drop loot, kind of like Uber Elder, but you get the practice done, you get to learn its mechanics, and you get to do the challenges. So there's like all service or like all taxi people now for the challenges, because spawning him yourself 2 times or 3 times is ridiculously hard. And our advice, if you really want the 40 out of 40 this league, is to find somebody offering the challenge, or if you want to do it yourself, find somebody who has a spawn and pay them something just to bring you to their all and to leave. You know, some people do that right now. Alright, that's it for the guide, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.